Hey, hey, on this wonderful Friday night, it is your girl, your sister, your soror, your cousin, Dr. Jatun. And, of course, I'm back for day 15. And guess what that means? We are halfway through the 30-day challenge. So, I don't know about you, but I'm excited to be halfway through. We count all the blessings, all the steps, small or large. So what I'm going to do now is allow Facebook to build the audience as you guys start joining. Say hello. I am going to go ahead and share this out, as I hope that you will do as well as you join me. So, and I'm doing this on my phone today for sharing purposes. So be patient with your girl. But I will have it shared in just a few minutes, and we're going to jump right in and get started as we typically do every day around about this time. I can't say the exact same time, but we do it, and that's what matters. We stay consistent, and I'm sure folks are out doing what they do best on a nice Friday. You want to get some errands taken care of. You're probably getting some shopping done. But whatever it is, hopefully you're able to join me now. If not, there will always, always, always be the replay. So make sure that you catch me one way or the other. So if you're hopping on, say hello as I am sharing this out, as I typically do. And we will get started shortly on day 15. We are halfway through this thing. And it's been a ride, I must say. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I've enjoyed it, because we've learned some awesome things and talked about some good stuff. If you missed out on any of the past episodes, I encourage you to go and catch up, binge watch, catch up, so that tomorrow you'll be able to jump right in this thing, know exactly what we're talking about, and chime in, right? Because this is all about you growing, me growing, us growing. So I'm almost done with the last share here. And then we are going to get started. As MC Hammer used to say, let's get it started. So I think I have shared it to the last place. So we are good to go now. So let's see. If you're out there, make sure you say hello. If this is your first time joining me, know that I am welcoming you. So glad to have you on. And if this is your first time, it won't be your last. And if you're in motion, if you're in the car, making some errands, whatever it is, be careful, okay? We want your safety first. But this is Dr. Jatun Dorsey. I am an Amazon bestselling author, speaker, life and business coach, corporate chick, professor. And I'll stop there because that's already enough, right? Hey, Amanda, thanks for joining. That's already enough. But I had to say that because I want to make sure I introduce myself to those of you who have not joined me and may not be familiar with who I am, because I want you to do the same. So as you jump on, say hello, tell me hi, where you're from, and if this is your first time, right? So if you are not able to catch me live, as I always say, don't fret, because the replays will be available. And hopefully, if this is your first time, you're going to go back and binge watch all the episodes, get caught up, so that tomorrow you'll be right on time, right on target, as we go through these 30 productivity principles that we've been talking about. And today's day 15, so we're halfway to the end state. So every step counts, and we have been pushing right along. So if this is your first time, I want to give you a quick recap of what we've talked about thus far. So This 30-day productivity challenge is based on my book. I'm trying to get it at the right angle with the lighting and everything. Intentional Living, 30 Productivity Principles to Increase Your Peace of Mind, right? So this book was released earlier this year. However, and then when I released it, I did some pre-recorded videos. But this go round, I'm doing this live every day for 30 days. Again, this is day 15. So if you're just now joining me, don't, feel bad. You can catch up. But I still want you to stick around for this episode, right? So I wanted to go live because this month is December, the last month of the year, the last month of every year. But all too often we wait until the first of that January, the following month, in order to start planning for the year, start setting goals, right? And start really thinking about those things that we didn't get a chance to achieve in the previous year. Well, I want to help you with changing your perspective, changing your approach to all of that. Hence why I wanted to do lives and challenge myself for 30 days to go live, not only just to help you, but also to help myself, because we always need reminders, right? Hey, James, thanks for joining. Fitness trainer, nice. Nice to have you on. And that's a part of productivity as well, so I'm glad you did join. So as I was saying, we want to make sure that we are prepared as we enter into 2018 and not waiting until 2018 to get prepared, right? If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. So that's what this challenge is all about. So what we've talked about thus far, there are 5 sections in my book. The first section is shifting your mindset. And shifting your mindset is very important. As I always explain, having your mind right, getting your mind right is the first step to increasing your productivity, to being successful, right? To being consistent. Everything starts from your mental state. So if you have these negative thoughts, if you are a Debbie Downer, right? If you just talk yourself out of greatness before you can even attempt to achieve greatness, then that is definitely the section that you need to start with, right? And these principles are intentionally placed in the order of which they have been placed. So again, if you haven't caught the previous episodes, make sure you do. So in the first section, shifting your mindset, we talked about creating capacity, not feeling accomplished by mere intentions. Distractions are like contractions, developing rituals, closed mouths don't get fed, do more than get it, keep it. And it's hard to see the picture when you're in the frame. I'm just saying, if you heard those topics, I would be interested in figuring out what it is, what's in those principles. What did she talk about? Because those are some things that I can quickly and easily apply in my life. And that's the point of these principles, right? These are tried and true principles that I've used in my life to increase my productivity and be successful, right? So I know that it will work for you. And it's easy, quick hitters, right? Some things that we don't often think about, or things that we knew and we forgot. So again, it's good to be reminded, and it's good to be informed of some new practices or principles, right? So then the second section is don't fail to plan, right? We've gone through these as well too. So the first one there is asking the right questions. Not reinventing the wheel was number 2. Mastering one task at a time. And then knowing your why. Everyone loved the knowing your why topic, right? Something that we always neglect and we feel like we don't need it, but that's the thing that drives us every day, that gets us up and keeps us going towards those goals and those successes that we aspire to achieve. Then we talked about there's never a perfect moment, right? And then we talked about if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. We've all heard that one. So that closed out the second section, right? So you've got first shifting your mindset, and then don't fail to plan. Those were the first 2 sections. So now we've progressed into making every minute count, right? So we had to get the mind right. Then we took some action, right? Now we got to make it consistent. You get it? There is a progressive state and formation to this practice here, this principles that I'm sharing with you. So in making every minute count, we talked about yesterday maintaining a trusted system. So I hope you've developed your trusted system, because we talked about that yesterday, and I gave you homework. Okay, so this is not just about me talking to you, inspiring, empowering, giving you some information, but this is about taking action. Not only taking action, but being consistent in that action, right? So today, principle 15, halfway through, we're talking about timing is everything, right? I always talk about in these principles how there's never a perfect moment, right? You just got to make the moment that you have perfect. And here's the thing. Although there is never a perfect moment, timing is still everything. You see, do you follow me? Timing is still everything. And I say that because, there's a time to reap. There's a time to sow, right? And we have to know when those times are, whether we're talking about our careers, whether we're talking about relationships, whether we're talking about life in general. Just as it goes with the butterfly and the metamorphosis, right? There are stages to that. There are seasons to that, right? So you have to know exactly what season you're in. And because you are in a reaping season for your business doesn't necessarily mean that you're in the reaping season for your relationship. You could be still sowing, right? You could be required to do some more work and get some things right in that relationship or in your life, right? And then you have to think about the balance between all those different aspects, right? Because if you are imbalanced in your life, then how do you expect that your business is going to be balanced? Can't have an imbalanced life and then a balanced business. Something's off because the way you do one thing is typically the way you do everything. So truly assess what season you're in and don't fight it, right? Everyone has a season. Everything has a season. So just be cognizant of what season you're in and do what's necessary in order for you to be successful in that season. So if you're reaping, then it's time to sit back and celebrate and say, I did the work. Now the work is showing. But if you're sowing, then there's some work to be done, right? There's some plowing to be done. There's some seeds to be planted, right? And then you can't plant a watermelon seed expecting to get an orange tree. So you got to know what season you're in. You've got to know what seeds you need to plant. But in order to know that, you've got to know what your ultimate goal is, right? And in order to know your ultimate goal, you have to go back through these principles that we've been talking about these past 14 days. I'm just saying, if you missed it, you got to go catch up. You got to catch up to where we are because there were some intricate details into some steps that we have taken or need to take in our lives in order to achieve the success that we want to manifest in our future. And it starts today. There's no reason why we need to wait. Because somebody out there is waiting on them to pay off the student loans. And then you're waiting on, somebody to graduate. You just waiting. And as soon as those two things or whatever the things are that you have as an excuse disappear, resolve, then you're coming up with the next thing. So we're always going to have room for excuses, right? But the point is that you have to choose to make a decision, choose to take action. Hey, Bruce. Hey, Nell. Thank you guys for joining. Thanks for the thumbs up. Guys, if you're just joining, thanks again for tuning in. I hope you've been joining me these past 15 days. And if not, make sure you go back and catch the replay, share this out. Let's share because sharing is caring, right? I've shared it on my platform, so I wouldn't dare ask you to do something that I didn't do for myself, right? And let me know how I can support you. I would love to know that as well. Hey, Monique. Oh, great. Monique says messages on point. Needed to hear that. Thanks for sharing. Oh, wonderful. I'm glad to know that. Glad to know that. So yeah, make sure you guys are giving me hearts up, thumbs up. I said hearts up, thumbs up, heart love, all that good stuff. Let me know that you're out there. Let me know that this is resonating with you. And as I always say, and as the old folks always say, sometimes you got to eat the meat and leave the bones. So if you're tuning in, it may be some things that you've heard before, but sometimes it takes a different voice to tell you for you to really understand it and hear it, right? And sometimes it takes you to hear it multiple times in order for you to get it. And then there are times that you just may not know. So you have to be the judge of what is beneficial to you out of all of these principles that I've shared thus far and those that I will continue to share. So continue to tune in and identify what it is that you need in your life in this moment. And that is how you determine what you need to take away because we get so overwhelmed, right? We get so overwhelmed by all this information that's coming at us. Like there are thousands of videos going on right now, but you chose to be with me. Thank you. I mean, there are trillions of posts, you can find those anywhere. But the thing is, what are you going to manifest? What are you going to allow to come into your beyond your guards, right? Your ears, your eyes. What are you going to allow into your life? Because those are the things that are going to influence, right? Influence what we're doing currently and influence how our future looks. Because believe it or not, whatever life you're living and realizing right now, everything you did leading up to that day is what got you there. So knowing that, that should be influence enough for you to change what you're doing now in order for you to achieve better and bigger later, right? Greater later, but you got to do what it takes right now. Of course, Bruce, men can listen too. Please do. Please do. I don't just speak to women. So yeah, please do tune in. And I hope that this is not only benefiting you, but it will benefit some of your connections, your partners, your friends, whomever you would like to share this with. Please share this out. And Bruce, thank you again. Thanks you. Thank you again for tuning in, because I remember seeing you on previous recordings as well. Thanks for the thumbs up, James. Thank you all for the love and sticking on with me. So I hope this is some information that's being utilized, not only just used. As I always say, I love to be an inspiration. I love to encourage and motivate, but I'm more about that action, because that's what's going to change what we see, right? It's going to change what we see when we do action, when we take action, because nobody else can do it for us, right? And it's not going to happen magically. So that's why we got to have a plan. That's why we've got to increase our productivity right now, so that we can also increase the reapings, right? We talked about reaping and sowing and reaping. We want some more reaping. We want increased territory. But if you can't deal with what you got right now, why would God give you more than what you got? So you got to show that you can actually handle what it is that you have been given and granted thus far in life. Great. Thank you, Bruce. Yeah, so we are day 15, guys, day 15. And I don't want to share too much of this principle, because again, you got to go get your copy, your copy, and everyone else's that's in your family. Again, these could be some awesome stocking stuffers. I know some people are out there shopping for Christmas gifts, and you got a team at work, or, whatever it is, and you need a quick, easy gift. And this is something that's going to not be something that they can wear for a couple of days, right? That they'll just like for, a year or two. These are some principles in this book that they can take on and change their life, right? So that's what we want to do in this season. We want to encourage change. We want to encourage action, consistent action. So that we can all be progressive, so that we can all sow and reap, right? So that's what's important this season. So if you're looking to increase your territory, right, we talked about creating capacity. And in order to create that capacity, you have definitely got to reassess what we got going on right now, because we may have too many involvements, things that we are doing because we felt obligated, right? Just because someone asked us to do it. But is that truly getting us to the ultimate goal that we have envisioned for ourselves, right? Is the company that we're keeping, is that in line with where we want to go in the future state? So these are some things that we have to really assess and really consider as we continue to progress. And you may wonder, why am I remaining stagnant? But I've done this, I've done that, I've been dedicated, I've been loyal, I've been committed. Okay, so then maybe it's something else. You need to reassess exactly what's going on with you, in your daily life, that you may need to change, right? Change is uncomfortable, but sometimes that's what it takes for us to achieve greatness. And we can't expect new things doing old stuff. I'm just saying. Right? So again, grab your copy. If you have been tuning in these past 14, now 15 days, you know that I will share, I will definitely share this link so you can make sure you get your book, because what's more important is that you have your copy so that you can follow along, because there is so much more in the chapters, in the principles, as I would like to call them, that you can pull from beyond what I'm talking about on the live. So these lives are just to get you pumped and excited and enthused about what's in the book, because these are some things that you can pull out and apply in your life immediately, right? To increase your productivity while maintaining peace of mind. Now, particularly, I teach individuals, parallelpreneurs, right, how to successfully launch their business, skillfully manage their time, all while continuing to live up to the responsibilities in their career while living out their passion in a stress-free zone. Sometimes we feel like we can't do all of that, right? But it's probably because we got too many other things going on that don't really relate, or that's not required for us to do. But you can definitely have a career and live out your dream and your passion, right? So don't hesitate on that. Don't be fearful of implementing that and making that dream come true of yours, because you're making somebody else's dream come true every day at your job. So James, what are you saying? What health and fitness and yes, definitely. They tie in well with health and fitness and business. Yes, sir. So since you're talking about fitness, that's a good topic because well, it's one of the topics that I discuss in one of the podcasts that I do with my husband. It's called Date with the Dorseys. And we talk about the 5 F's, right? Fitness is one of them. And typically when I talk about Date with the Dorseys on these lives, I mention that there are 5 F's that are driving our topics, but I never just tell you exactly what those 5 F's are for a reason, because I want you to tune into the Day with the Dorseys too. So check that out. And as I promised, he will be on joining me for one of these lives before the 30 days is up. So look forward to that as well. So if you haven't checked out Day with the Dorseys, make sure you do. We release a new episode each week. There is one on my page. If you aren't already following me, please, please, please make sure that you do so you can get the latest and the greatest on the lives, on the Date with the Dorseys, and all the other stuff that I'm going to share with you momentarily. So follow me on social media on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn at DRJATUN. You see how my name is spelled there in the lower third there. You can also connect with me on my website that you see there, drjatun.com, and email, of course, Jatun at drjatun.com. You can even email my team at admin@drjatun.com. So you got plenty of ways to connect with me. We don't want any barriers, any distractions, anything that's going to hold you up from connecting with me. So if you'd like to do that, please take either of those methods, and I would love to connect with you. Make sure you like my page again so that you can make sure that you get notifications about these lives and everything that's going on, because 2018 is going to be on fire. As we were talking about that sowing and that reaping, I'm just saying, some parts we sowing and some parts we reaping, but next year we claiming it, reaping. So that's why I want you to start doing your work now. You got to do your work. Okay? So I told you about Day with the Dorseys, told you about the Intentional Living book that I released earlier this year. And then this book, as I mentioned, are practical tips, right, to increase your productivity while maintaining peace of mind. But I am also the visionary of Intentional Living, the anthology. Yes, yes, people. Yes. Intentional Living, the anthology. That is going to be released early 2018. We are fired up and geared up. And I say we because I am the visionary on this book. However, there are some amazing co-authors that are sharing their lived experiences in the book. So as this book that I released earlier this year talks about some practical tips, the anthology is going to share with you some lived experiences that these co-authors have gone through, right, that they've faced in life. And personally, how did they overcome those challenges, right? Intentionally, how did they do that, living intentionally? How did that play a big part in them overcoming and or learning how to cope with those challenges, right? Whether it be loss, whether it be relationships, whatever it is. So I hope you continue to follow me so you'll know when that's going to drop, right? Drop like an album. So I want you to make sure that you're tuned in so that you get the latest and the greatest on that, so you can grab your copy, attend our book signing, the lunch, all that good stuff. So stay tuned for that. Hey, Felicia, thanks for joining. So that's 2 or 3 things I've already given you. Goodness. Are y'all ready to keep getting this information? I'm just saying, if you've already been tuning in, you know what's coming at the end. I got to get you all, fired up, excited about 2018 and the many things that I have coming out that's going to benefit you as well. So I'm just saying, I'm giving it to the people. I just hope y'all receiving it. So then, okay, Day with the Dorseys, Intentional Living Anthology, and then we have a survey, right? A survey that is requesting your feedback on, I'm getting distracted because my husband is microwaving, so hopefully y'all didn't hear it. But the survey is an opportunity for you to provide feedback on exactly what it is that you would like to receive from me in 2018. Why? Because I've been in the kitchen just mixing up ingredients and things that I want to give to you, right? Some things that I know that people need. However, I want to make sure that that is exactly what you need, right? So I don't want to put it on your plate and bring it to you at the table and you like, wait a minute, I don't eat that. That ain't what I need right now, right? So this survey is going to help me hear from you, directly from you, exactly what it is that you need. And, right, Felicia? I think he does that on purpose. I think he does. Husband, somebody's saying your interruptions are very classic. He's going to be quiet because he don't want to be called out. But yes, Felicia, I agree. I think he likes when I give him a shout out like that on the sly. But yeah, so I will make sure that I share the survey link so that you guys have an opportunity to provide me some feedback. And guess what? It's only like 5 questions, will take you less than 5 minutes. And because I know it takes time out of your busy schedule, I want to reciprocate and give you something that will be a great benefit for you. So I will be doing a random drawing for those who do take the time out of your schedule to provide me that feedback. And at the end of this month, I will do the drawing. And at the beginning of next month, I will announce who the winners or winner is. So, I mean, goodness, who doesn't want to just win something? I always want to win something. So I don't know about you. And it's easy. Take you less than 5 minutes. So make sure that you do that as well. I think that was all the updates. So if I think of anything else, we got 15 more days to go, right? So 15 more days, 15 more principles, and we are going to keep this thing pushing right along. Halfway through, that means that we are almost to the end. But even when we get to the end, that's still the beginning, because you still got to do some work, right? We got to be consistent about the work. We got to be serious about the work. We got to be committed to the work. And if you understand that, I'm going to say that in a different way, right? Don't just listen to what I'm saying, but pay attention to the process as well. And why I say that, that's because when I say you have to be committed to your dreams, committed to being productive, right? Well, that's what I'm doing with this 30-day challenge. I'm being committed, right? Some days I don't want to record, right? Some days I don't want to just, comb my hair. That's the least I can do for y'all, right? I've committed to this. So I have to tell myself every day, regardless of what time of the day it is, that I need to do a quick video. So, I mean, that's what I mean by paying attention to the process. So those things that we have set for ourselves to achieve, let's do that. Let's be committed to it. Let's find those accountability partners that will hold us accountable, right? That will challenge us, right? Not just be the yes man in the corner, the amen in the pew, but to really challenge us to continue to be consistent in our life endeavors, which means that they will probably need to have some goals of their own, right? Because we need to share some successes here. So with that, guys, I am going to close out. Remember, timing is everything. That's our principle for today, day 15, halfway through this 30-day challenge, and we are going to keep trucking. Goodness, couldn't get that one out, but you know what I was saying, right? So again, this is Dr. Jatun Dorsey, and I am your success synergist, which means that I am working with you in synergy to help you achieve success as you have defined it in your life, as you envision it for your future, right? Hey, Chantel. What's been up, girly? Thanks for joining. If you are just tuning in, I was just about to close it down, so make sure you catch the replay. If you didn't catch me live, make sure you go back and listen and type replay in the comments if you're catching this as a replay. So with that, again, there's never a perfect moment. Just make the moment that you currently have perfect, and we will win in the end, okay? So continue to tune in, 15 more days, and I look forward to seeing each and every one of you on. Make sure you share it out. Invite your friends, invite your cousins, and even your enemies. So I'll see you again. Until then, bye for now.